Mr. Matthew, good afternoon, and I'm very pleased to have you here in our CyberQ.
Thank you.
For giving us some of the time.
Yeah.
Now, you're from Wein Strategy.
Yeah.
Tell us what you do for the...
Yeah, so I'm a small consultant company. It's just me. And I focus most of my work on public policy issues, helping cybersecurity people translate their work into topics that are understandable by policymakers and the other way as well.
Okay, beautiful. So, now there is an intersection between policy and technology.
Yes.
How do you manage to convince your audience or your clients of that these things have to work together?
Yeah, so it's a good question. It's not always easy to do that, but technology is now such an important part of everything that everybody does in their everyday life. It's not just a government issue, and so it's helpful to put things in terms that people can understand. So that's the approach that I usually take, and then also from the people who are building technology, from the technologists' perspective, I think slowly over time they're starting to see that if they don't engage in the policy process, policy will just happen to them anyway. And so they're starting to see the value of engaging in the policy process ahead of time.
Yeah, I see. GRC is not a very favorite topic for security people and for technology people.
Yeah.
But I always tell them you have to understand GRC.
Yep.
Otherwise, you're not supported actually.
Exactly.
Without a policy, your work on the field is
right. And policy will be made if you don't engage anyway, and then you're just subject to it, and you don't have influence over how it's made at the beginning.
Exactly. Now, do you use what frameworks do you use for developing your work?
Yeah, so it depends on the clients, but certainly the CIS Controls are one important framework that I often point to, in part because they are so flexible. Whether I'm working with a smaller company or a larger company, that's oftentimes a really great place to start, just because it gives my clients the ability to find what works for them based on the threats that they're facing or the issues that they're having. Okay,
so I think one challenge that we face as GRC papers is integrating multiple frameworks.
Yes.
If they need to be, especially in the financial sector.
Yeah.
You'll have to abide by the central bank, National Cybersecurity Center.
Yes.
And then you have those big and chunky financial sector, like payment card industry.
Right, sure.
How do you manage to help your clients integrate all those?
Yeah, that's a good question. That some of that is outside of the scope of what I do.
Okay.
But it's there are some interesting tools that I've found, companies that I've worked with that do that in an automated fashion, that I think are really helpful, especially for smaller businesses that are starting up, to keep, especially in the U.S. context where there are different privacy laws in the healthcare sector, financial, or wherever, that help them keep things on track in that.
So talk about GRC tools that do mapping, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, beautiful. Now, Arab states are going very fast in the digital transformation, and any digital transformation, I believe, needs proper governance from the beginning. So how do you see collaboration between the UK and Arab countries?
Yeah, I think it's really important, that sort of cooperation. I worked in government for a long time, and this is one of the things I worked on was international cooperation. Without it, you can't really have secure systems, secure countries. You need to have cooperation, you need to have information sharing. Without it, nothing is really secure. And so it's an important thing to build that trust from the beginning between countries.
Yes.
So then you have a foundation to build build more collaboration on top of it.
Exactly. Now, as a senior consultant working with high-level executives, what mindset shift do you see important to happen with it?
Yeah, that's an interesting question. I think it's one important thing is as the younger generation is coming up, they have grown up with the technology their entire lives that for people of my age and older, we've had to adjust to as we've gone through our careers. And so I think it's important to understand how both the users and employees are approaching technology in a different way than we were used to. Is I think something interesting that I've come across in my work over the past couple of years.
Not sure if the new generation is more compliant or not, is it?
I think they're more, compliant. That's an interesting question. So they're certainly more quick to adopt.
Okay.
I think newer technologies because they're more used to it. They're more used to trying new things. They're more used to the pace of change being quicker, and so I think they're quicker to adopt and try new things.
Okay. Thank you very much.